Hi guys, welcome to the video. I am CA Varshith Gowda and I am here to make your accounts a little bit easier, right? So in this series, okay, the next unit that I'm gonna touch upon is rectification of errors. Yes, this is that one unit which is nightmare for most of the CA foundation students, which is okay because it involves a lot of journal entry and other stuff, which now I am trying to make it a little bit simpler. Okay, let's try. Please watch this video till the end and trust me, pakka, your rectification of errors will become a little easier, no doubt about it. But two important things. What are those two important things? First, I want you to watch this video till the end with 100% attention. And the second important thing is your attention only. I want your attention till the 100% of, till the end of this video completely. Is that clear? With that said, shall we start? I know, I understand. Whatever you say, scream, I will not hear, but it's okay. It's okay to scream because the Josh will somehow touch me, reach me, don't worry about it. So even if your mother, sister, friends around who might think, ayo, why is he screaming in front of the screen? It's okay. Just say, ready, that I will definitely, it will reach me. And with that Josh, we'll start the rectification of errors. So come again, let's start. Shall we start? That is the Josh, guys. Awesome. So okay, without further ado, let's start. So we are today discussing rectification of errors. Guys, what happens now? Before actually starting with this unit, I feel there are some prerequisites there are some things that you should know beforehand. Okay, whenever you are approaching this chapter, you directly start. Okay, since you are whatever basics, since it will be not clear, no, because of that one reason, I think that you are feeling this chapter a little difficult. Okay, so what I'll do is whatever prerequisites is required for this chapter, whatever knowledge you should know beforehand, that I will revise upon. I'll finish it. Then I will start with actual rectification of errors. Is that okay? Awesome. So first thing, okay. First thing is you should have good knowledge about journal entry. Okay. So I'll just brush upon how to draft a journal entry. Just an example. Okay. So you have to take a transaction. I'll take a simple transaction. What is the transaction? Cash sales. Say suppose cash sales has happened in a business. Now what to do? You always have to find two or more aspects that is there in the transaction. So what are the two aspects here? Sir, what are aspects? Guys, in every transaction, you can find two or more aspects. There are only 5 maximum aspects. What are these? You already know. It is asset, expense, income, liability, and capital. So these are the 5 aspects that you will find in any transaction. In that one transaction, out of these 5, try to find any 2 or more. Because 2 is minimum, guys. You know we are following double entry system of accounting, dual aspect concept, correct? For every transaction there is a debit, there is a credit, correct? Now see, cash sales, okay, in this transaction, say the amount be 1 lakh rupees, okay. So cash is what? Cash is an asset. Sales is what? Sales is income, okay. So what is happening? Cash, whenever I'm making sales, cash is increasing, done. What is happening to income? Income is also increasing, so asset is also increasing, income is also increasing. So we found out the 2 aspects. What is your modern accounting approach? If asset expense is increasing, then you have to debit. If it is decreasing, you have to credit. Similarly, for your income, liability, and capital, if it is increasing, you have to credit. If it is decreasing, you have to debit. Awesome. Done na? That's all. Journal entry is very simple. Okay. Now here, your cash, which is asset, is increasing. If cash asset is increasing, what to do? Debit. Asset is here, asset increasing, debit. Okay, so I will debit cash account by how much? 1 lakh. Then sales is what? Sales is income. Income is increasing. So income increasing credit. So 2, I will credit sales account because income is increasing. Done, guys? So this is how you draft a journal entry. I'm just giving hints, okay? I'm not gonna completely revise upon how we'll do journal entry, okay? I'm just revising what is required. Now to draft a journal entry, find 2 aspects. If it is asset or expense, increasing debit, decreasing credit. If it is income, liability or capital, increasing credit, decreasing debit. Done? This is the first prerequisite. And second prerequisite, what you should know. Okay, how posting happens. Now say suppose the moment whenever we record a transaction via journal entry, say suppose this is the one. What will we do next? We will post it to respective ledgers. Correct? Journal entry, post that, we'll post this transaction in the respective ledgers. Andre, same, this transaction will record in cash account also, this transaction will record in sales account also. Correct? 100%, no doubt about it. Now, this is journal entry. Later you posted it as ledger. No doubt. Correct. Now, instead of passing or taking this entry as a journal entry, what if you take the help of subsidiary books? I hope you know what is subsidiary books. Guys, subsidiary books are also what? Also called as books of original entry. That means these transactions can either be recorded in the form of journal entry, or if the volume of transactions are more, we can record them in subsidiary books. Can you give me example of subsidiary books? There are various subsidiary books. Purchases book, sales book, purchase return book, sales return book, then you have cash book, etc. We have many such subsidiary books. When will we take help of subsidiary books? When the volume of transactions is more. For example, take purchases. Okay. Now, do you think in one entity there will be one purchase happening? Only one purchase will happen in 1 year? No, no. Of course, if it is an entity, if it is a business, many transactions of purchases will be there. Now imagine every time a purchase happens, I have to keep passing journal entry. No need. Just record that transaction in the relevant subsidiary book. Now what is the relevant subsidiary book for credit purchase or purchases? There is a reason why I am telling credit purchase. Okay. Now whenever credit purchase happens, you just record it in purchase book. Okay. How will you record? Okay, simple. Date. Something, the format will be somewhere like this, correct? Rupees. Okay. Now say suppose I purchased from Harish. So what will I do? I'll take the date. I'll take the name of the supplier, which is Harish. Okay. I'll take consider the name of the goods. Say suppose it is toys. Okay. How many? 5 pieces. Maybe. At rupees 10,000. So total purchases is 50,000. Guys, please note, in subsidiary books we record only credit purchases or credit transactions. Sir, why sir? What about cash transactions? Guys, for cash transactions we have a separate book called as cash book. All the cash transactions will be recorded there. Clear? Now, say suppose one more purchase happens. That is 3rd February. From whom did I purchase? This time I purchased from Satish. What did I purchase? Say toys only. 10 pieces. Again 15,000 rupees. So total will be 1,50,000 rupees. Done. So this is how I record purchases in subsidiary book. Okay, sir, I took the help of subsidiary book whenever volume of transactions was more. Then what, sir? Then what will happen? Will we again pass journal entry for the transactions in subsidiary book? No. Okay, we either pass journal entry or we record it in subsidiary books. That's all. The next step after this is directly ledger. Correct. Sir, how directly ledger? No journal entry? No. No journal entry. We'll directly go to ledger. So how will we post it, sir? What we'll do is, say suppose these are the purchases that has happened. We'll take the total of the purchase book. What is the total of purchases book? The total of purchases book is 2 lakh rupees. So what I'll do, now I'll directly go to ledger. Guys, here I'm assuming you already know how ledger posting happens. Okay, I'm just revisiting these concepts, please remember. Now, so if it is a credit purchase, which all ledger accounts will be triggered? One is your purchases account. Okay, purchases account will be triggered. Then which other ledger account will be triggered? Your creditors ledger account will be triggered. One is Harish account and one more is your Satish account. So these are the concerned ledger accounts. Now what we'll do is we're again not passing journal entry. We'll come to subsidiary book. What is the total credit purchases? Total credit purchases is 2 lakh rupees. So directly I will post it in purchases account. Now purchase is an expense. Purchases is increasing, expense increasing, expense increasing. It will come in debit side. So 2. What? So what I'll do is, I'll take 2 sundry creditors. Why? There are many creditors. No. In our example, there are 2. Say suppose much more transaction has happened. There will be much more creditors. So I'll take 2 sundry creditors and total purchases will be 2 lakh. Done. Next what I'll do, purchase account is done. One more thing is, if you see, Harish is a creditor. Creditor is a liability. Liability increasing, it should be credited. Now this balance should go to credit side of the creditors ledger. So what will I do? I'll go to Harish. Harish total is only 50,000. I'll go to Harish's ledger account. Buy. What will I do? Of course it is purchases. Buy purchases account 50,000. Similarly, I will go to Satish's account also. Satish's total is 1,50,000. This I will post it in the credit side because he is also our creditor. Buy purchases account, it is 1,50,000 rupees. Understanding how we are posting from subsidiary books to ledger, very important guys, very important. So we are taking the example of purchases book. So how did I post it in purchases account? Took the total of purchases book, directly debited in purchases ledger account. Took individual creditors and credited it in their respective creditors ledger account. See, understanding, this total went to purchase account, these totals went to respective creditors account. This is how we post it to ledger from subsidiary books if you are recording the transaction in subsidiary. Very clear about this. This is the very important prerequisite. There is one more which I will tell later. Okay. Now these two pakka clear. With this prerequisites in mind, let's start with rectification of errors. Come on. Okay. Now, what is errors? Guys, errors are, of course, when we are preparing accounts, there are chances that errors will happen. Now, how to rectify these errors is what we'll learn in this unit. Simple. Okay. Sir, how to rectify error? Will we take one Apsara eraser, we'll rub it and then take new pencil, again, pass the new entry. Yay! Like that and all will not do. Okay. Guys, whenever an error has happened because of a journal entry, it should also be rectified via journal entry. If you have made an error via journal entry, it should be rectified via journal entry only. So that's how we'll do rectification. Okay. Now before actually understanding how to rectify errors, first let's understand different types of errors. Okay. And then we'll go to the process of rectification. Now what are different types of errors? First one is error of principle. Principle. Yes. Error of principle means these are the errors where you have, in these errors, you have violated the accounting principles itself. Okay. Now, say suppose, let's take one example of purchase of furniture. Okay. Furniture is what? If you purchase furniture, it is a capital expenditure. Capital expenditure means it should go to balance sheet. You have to capitalize it. So the journal entry will be furniture account debit to bank account. This is the right entry. But what you have done, you have considered this capital expenditure to be a revenue expenditure. Say suppose what you have debited is furniture expenses account debit to bank. You have debited expenses instead of debiting asset. Correct entry should have been furniture to bank, but what you have done, furniture expense account debit to bank. So is this correct? No, it is principally wrong because accounting principles are wrong. Correct entry should have been furniture to bank account. Here what did you do? You erred. You made an error in applying the accounts. Clear? So this is error of principle. Second, we have error of omission. What is error of omission? Omission andre, what is omission? Omitting something, leaving something, forgetting something is called omission. Transaction has happened, no doubt, but you have forgotten to record it. That is called error of omission. Transaction has happened, you have forgotten to record it. This is called error of omission. Now under error of omission, two things will come. One is you have omitted to record the transaction only. One possibility is you have omitted to record the transaction. Okay, this is covered under error of omission. One more thing covered under error of omission is you have recorded the transaction in subsidiary books. Okay, you have recorded the transaction in subsidiary books. Say suppose credit purchase, that you would have recorded in purchase book, but you have forgotten to do that ledger posting. Just now we saw, no, we did ledger posting. That ledger posting you have forgotten to do. This also is squarely covered under error of commission. That means omission to post from subsidiary books to ledger. Okay, these two will come under error of omission. Third kind of error is error of commission. So what is error of commission? In my opinion, error of commission means all silly clerical errors, okay, will come under error of commission. So let's classify. The first thing is entering wrong amount in journals. That means what journals, sir? Guys, journal, when I say journals, these are all the subsidiary books. What are the subsidiary books? We just know saw, no? Purchase book, sales book, journal proper, etc. All these are subsidiary books. Okay. Now while recording a transaction in subsidiary book, say suppose actual credit purchase happened for 10,000 rupees, but by mistake you recorded it at 1,000 rupees. 10 you left it to God. Okay. So 10,000 you recorded it as 1,000 in the journal while recording it only. Okay. This is called error of commission. Clerical error, no. By mistake you have not considered 10. Okay. Then other things, others such as what are they? For example, wrong balancing of account. Athwa? Then what? Wrong balancing of account. Then what else is that? Will come here, will come here. See. Posting on wrong side. Undercasting or overcasting. Then one more we left. What was that one more? Posting wrong amount in ledger. So these are other examples of errors of commission. Sir, why are you separating it? I'll tell you. There is a reason why I'm separating it. Now, wrong balancing of account means what? Guys, you know, ledger should be balanced and then it will be taken to trial balance. Correct. While balancing it, and what will you do? Say suppose it's a cash account. All the debit side you will add, credit side minus. Remaining is balance. While balancing this, you have done wrongly. Some mistake you have done. This is called wrong balancing of account. Second, posting on wrong side. See in that example that we took, the total of purchases was posted in debit side because expense, and creditors total was posted in credit side because it was liability, creditors. Imagine purchases, instead of debiting it, I have credited it. That means I have posted the transaction on a wrong side. This is one more error of commission. Third, undercasting, overcasting. Undercasting, overcasting means, say suppose, while posting from subsidiary books to ledger, what did I do? I took the total of purchases. The actual total is say 1 lakh rupees, but while totaling I have made a mistake. 1 lakh, while totaling I have made a mistake and I have taken it at 1,20,000 rupees. Now what to do? I will post this 1,20,000 only in the ledgers also. Again, this is one more error of commission. Clerical error. I made a mistake in totaling. I have over totaled it. Correct. Next, posting wrong amount in the ledger. That means in subsidiary books you have entered it correctly. Say suppose the actual transaction, actual purchase was 1 lakh. In subsidiary books you have entered it as 1 lakh only, but while considering it in ledger, you have posted something else. Maybe 10 you have left, 10,000 you have recorded it as. Again, it is a clerical error. Understanding, guys, basically error of commission means what? These are clerical errors, very silly mistakes. Correct? These are error of commission. Okay. We can go to another error, next error. Before that, one more thing I have to tell you. At the same time, when we are learning errors, it is also very important for us to learn what is the effect of these errors in the trial balance. Okay. Now tell me, guys, you know what is trial balance? Once all the ledger accounts are prepared, the balances of ledger accounts will be taken in trial balance. All the debit balances will be put in debit side. All the credit balances will be put in credit side. Ultimately, trial balance will match because ours is a double entry system of bookkeeping. Every debit has a credit. So ultimately, your debit and credit of all the accounts should match. The total of all the ledger accounts, debit, credit, should match with each other because we are following dual aspect concept. You know, dual double entry system of bookkeeping. Correct? For every debit, there is a credit. Now, while learning the errors, it is important to learn the effect. Now, once all the balances you put, okay, because of these errors, please see what is happening in the trial balance. Okay, one by one we'll see. Error of principle. In error of principle, what is happening? Some accounting principle, you are making mistake in some accounting principle. Okay, let's take this classic example. Instead of doing furniture to bank, you have passed furniture expenses account debit to bank. Ayyo. Okay, I have made an error in applying accounting principles. Okay, but because of this, will the trial balance not tally? Because ultimately when you take all the balances, trial balance should tally. If trial balance tallies, what does that mean? Mostly or arithmetically you have done the accounts correctly. I thought mostly. Now, instead of furniture to bank, you have done furniture expenses to bank. Okay, that is an error. But because of this, do you think your trial balance will not tally? No. Your debit, same amount. Your credit, same amount. There is one debit, one credit. Guys, for trial balance to tally, there should be one debit and credit. Trial balance will not see whether you have put the correct account, capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, all the trial balance will not see. For trial balance, for every debit, there should be credit, that's all. Now, even though the right entry was furniture to bank, the entry you have passed is furniture expenses account debit to bank. Now, there is a debit for credit. Now, your trial balance will be ultimately matching. Though principle is wrong, trial balance is matching. Clear? Now, tell me, for error of principles, will trial balance tally? Yes, no doubt. Next, for error of omission. What was error of omission? One transaction has happened and you have forgotten to record the transaction only. That means no debit also, no credit also. Debit credit matching? Yes. If you omit a transaction, no debit also, no credit also. So debit credit is matching. That means in error of omission also, trial balance will tally. In error of principle also, trial balance will tally. Okay, done, sir. Let's come to error of commission. First one. Entering wrong amount in journal. That means what? While entering a number in subsidiary book, say suppose purchases happened for 1 lakh, while entering into the subsidiary books only, you have recorded it as 10,000 rupees. 1 lakh, you have recorded it as 10,000 while entering only. Now what would have happened? Since recording only you have done wrong, now to purchases ledger also 10,000 only would have gone. To creditors ledger also 10,000 would have only gone, yes or no? Correct? To posting. For purchase also 10,000 only will go. For creditors ledger also 10,000 will only go. So here tell me, is trial balance tallying or not tallying? Guys, of course trial balance is tallying. Though the amount is wrong, debit is equal to credit, because while entering the number only I have made the mistake, so later process also will be mistake only. Posting to 2 ledgers also will be at the wrong amount, which is 10,000 only. Here also your trial balance is getting tallied, your TB will be tally. Done. Then there are others. Okay, here now guys, now this discussion very important. Wrong balancing of account, whatever I am telling now, this is the very important discussion, please 100% concentration. Wrong balancing of account. Okay, that means you are, say suppose you are balancing purchases account, for example. How will you balance? Take all the debit, subtract all the credit. While doing this process you have made a mistake, calculation mistake, because of which balancing has become wrong. Now what would have happened, guys? Think about this, what would have happened in trial balance? Since wrong balancing happened in purchases account, your purchases account balance will be wrong. Okay. What about the other aspect? Will creditors account also will be wrong because of wrong balancing in purchases? Of course not, no. Only purchases will be wrong, creditors will be still correct. Since creditors is correct, purchase account is wrong, your trial balance will not tally. Since it is not tallying, it will show, andre it will be revealed in the trial balance. How is error revealed in the trial balance? If the trial balance is not tallying. Okay, that means the error is revealed in trial balance. So in this case TB will not tally. And also one more thing what you should know is, here I am in question, at least if they tell that purchases account was wrong balanced, you don't assume that creditors is also wrong. No, no, no. In the question they are talking about purchase account, that means error has happened only in purchases, creditors properly. So now I am coming to the third and very, very important prerequisite. That is, in the question, if they are telling, purchases wrong happened, sales wrong happened, creditors wrong happened, whatever, different questions. When they say purchases wrongly posted or some error has happened with respect to purchase, please assume that error has happened only with respect to purchases. The associated other entry is correct. If they have not told anything about the other entry, say suppose the transaction that we are talking is purchases to creditors. Okay, in the question they have told purchases is wrongly taken at 5,000, 10,000, whatever. That means the error has happened only in purchases account. Okay, the creditors account they have not spoken about anything, that means it is correct. The assumption is the other account, if nothing they have told, it is correct. Understanding? This is one very important prerequisite where students miss. Okay, if they say we have error in something, guys, okay, that means we have error only in that account. The associated other account is posted or entered correctly. This is the very important assumption that you should have in rectification of errors. Clear? Next one, posted on a wrong side. Say suppose they have told purchase is posted on a wrong side. Purchases should come which side? Debit side, but they have posted it on a credit side. So it will go as a credit balance. Do you think because of the trial balance will tally? 100% it will not tally, because wrong posting has happened only in purchases account. The associated other account, which is generally creditors, has error happened there also? No, that is posted correctly. Here purchases account is wrongly posted, because of which your trial balance will not tally, because in a transaction purchases total has the debit aspect and creditors has the credit aspect. Debit credit equal. Now here what happened? Purchases, instead of posting it in debit side, you have posted it in credit side of purchases account. Now that will go as a credit balance. Now purchases is also there in credit, creditors is also there in credit. Both credit happened. Because of this, will trial balance tally? 100% no. So because of this also trial balance will not tally. Next important thing, undercasting, overcasting. That means by mistakenly you have calculated more or by mistakenly you have calculated less. Okay. Now Say suppose we'll take the same example, credit purchase. We are seeing purchases book. We are totaling the purchases book. I have to find total purchases. Okay. It was actually 1 lakh. I have totaled it as 1,10,000. Okay. Very important. Now since I have wrongly totaled, while taking this number to purchases ledger account, though it is actually 1 lakh, I will record it as 1,10,000 rupees. Error happened. But tell me, will the error happen in creditors posting? No. How will we do creditors posting? See, this was my example. Here it is 2 lakh actual total. But what did I do? I made a mistake. Instead of considering it as 2 lakhs, I considered it as 2,10,000, say suppose. Since total I made a mistake, what will happen? 2,10,000 here. Instead of 2 lakh, I will record 2,10,000 rupees. Okay. But will this mistake happen in creditors ledger also? That means in Harish and Satish's ledger also. Do you think this mistake will happen? No. See here. I made mistake in totaling of this. But when I go to Harish, will I take the number from here? From here? No. I'll take the number from here. No. This is unchanged. This is correct. So, for Harish, I'll take 50 only. It will be correct. For Satish, I'll take 1,50,000 only. It will be correct. Now here what happened? Purchase, wrong amount. Creditors, correct. Now even if they tell purchases book overcast or undercast in the question, that means what you should understand, the total of purchases is wrong. The number which has gone to purchases ledger is wrong, but the creditors, the other aspect in this transaction, the creditors, that posting, that number is properly correct. Understanding the assumption? I made mistake in totaling of purchases. I am talking about the number which is going to purchases ledger, but the creditor ledger was 100% correct. Now tell me, because of this, will your trial balance tally or not tally? Since purchase is wrong, creditors is correct, your trial balance will not tally. Clear? Then posting wrong amount in ledger. That means in subsidiary books you have entered correctly. While posting it to ledger, you have made a mistake. So here we are assuming you are making, what I am assuming is, say suppose they will tell, same example we will take, purchases amount or creditors amount wrongly taken in the ledger. Wrong amount is taken. Say suppose the total of Harish in the previous example was 50. That I have taken it as 60,000 to his ledger. So if I say that the error has happened in creditors account because I told the total of creditors is overcast. Sorry, what is it? Is posted wrongly. The total of creditors is posted wrongly is what I told. Creditors has become wrong. 50 was the total, but I have taken it as 16 Harish's account. But am I talking anything about purchases? No. That means the purchases account posting would have happened properly. Only creditors account posting is wrong. So this is also the case where TB will not tally because your debit is not equal to credit. Sir, why sir? Hello. Take that example. Purchases from Harish was 50, but you considered it as 16 is ledger. Now Harish's creditor ledger is showing credit of 60,000, but purchases account, it was correct only. I was speaking only about creditor ledger which is wrong, wrongly posted, okay. But is purchase account wrongly posted? No, they have not spoken about it. That means that has been done correctly. Now purchases is debited for 50, Harish is credited for 60, debit is not equal to credit, TB will not tally. Clear? So these are the things you should understand. It is very important for you to understand whether trial balance is tallying or not tallying because of each of the errors. Okay. The errors in which case trial balance is tallying, these errors I'll call it as, again making a furthermore division. Okay. If trial balance is tallying because of an error, these are two-sided errors. Why? The error has happened both the sides. Where because of the errors the trial balance is not tallying, that means these I will call it as one-sided error because error has happened only in one side, the other side is correct. If error had happened both the sides, then trial balance would have tallied and that error would not have been revealed in trial balance. Okay, one-sided errors are those errors where trial balance will not tally because error has happened only in one place, and two-sided errors are those errors where Trial balance is tallying because errors have happened in both the sides. Clear? One-sided error. Further, I made simple classification. One-sided error, two-sided error. Okay. These are the cases where TB will not tally. These are the cases where TB will tally. Okay. All of you understood? Very important. Understanding this is very important. Okay. And please don't forget the assumption which I have told in this case. Okay. In the question, if they are talking about one thing, the error would have happened in that one thing. If they are silent about the other aspect, sir, this other aspect I am not understanding. Guys, in credit purchase, two aspects are purchase and creditors. In the question, if they are talking about purchases, the other aspect is creditors. Say suppose in the question they are talking about credit sales. Two aspects are debtors and sales. If in the question they are talking about debtors, then the other aspect will be sales. Understanding which is the other aspect? Paid rent. Two aspects are rent and cash. If they are talking about rent, that means cash is posted correctly. The other aspect of the transaction is posted correctly if nothing is told in the question. This is the very important assumption. Okay. Now last one more kind of error which we have left is compensating errors. This is one more kind of error, compensating errors. Okay. What is here? Guys, here two one-sided errors will happen. Okay. Technically one-sided errors are which errors? Where trial balance is not tallying. If trial balance is not tallying, that means it will be revealed in trial balance because they are not tallying. You know, oh, it is not tallying means there is a something Gotala is there. There is some error that has happened. Okay. Now there are two one-sided errors. Let's take an example. Say suppose two purchases has happened. One is for 5,000 and one more is for 10,000. Assuming, okay, it's a very simple example. Try to understand. First purchase, entries purchases to creditors account. Say it was actually 10. I was supposed to record 10k instead of 10k. Say suppose I've credited 5k. Mistake. Okay. And there is one more second purchase where the purchase was for actually 5,000. So entry should have been purchases to creditors. Okay. I was supposed to do 5k. While crediting here, what did I do? I was supposed to credit 5, but by mistake I have credited 10. Mistake. Here transactions, in both the transactions have committed mistake. Now tell me, these two errors are one-sided errors or two-sided errors? As you can see, debit is not equal to credit in both the transactions. That means these both are one-sided errors. Because of these errors, trial balance will not tally, is what we have learnt. Because of these errors, trial balance will not tally. That is what we have learnt. Correct? Now, if you just prepare a simple trial balance only of these two transactions, see, what are the total debits? Total debits is 10 plus 5, 15k. Total credits is 5 plus 10, 15k. If you see, the trial balance is matching. Are? Sir, both are one-sided errors. Yes, both are one-sided errors. But one error compensated another error. One error compensated another error, because of which this is not appearing in the trial balance. Now tell me, because of compensating errors, will trial balance match or doesn't match up? Because of compensating errors, trial balance will definitely match. It will tally because one error is compensated by another error. Clear? So these are about the different errors that are there in rectification of errors. Okay, all of you till here, pakka. Let's go to the next part. Can we start solving some problems? No. There is one small thing to understand before actually getting to it. Okay. What is that one small thing? That one small thing is, guys, rectification happens at 3 different stages. Okay. So 3 different stages are. Which are the 3 different stages? Before preparing trial balance, after preparing trial balance, then after final accounts. Final accounts andre your, that means for the current year you have already prepared final accounts. Balance sheet, trading account, P&L account is prepared. Okay, you are done with this year. You have entered next year. During the next year you have identified the errors and rectifying. That is the third case. Sir, why are you telling all this? Guys, this classification is very important for us to find out the rectification entry. Okay. Sir, why, how come? I'll take one example. Now, if trial balance is not prepared only, that means before preparation of trial balance, one error has happened and you have identified. Guys, if it is two-sided errors, it is simple only. No need to discuss about it, because if it is two-sided error, then there will be no difference in these two cases. These two cases are as good as one. There will be only difference in this and these two. Only if it is one-sided error, we have three different cases. What is one-sided error? Now let's take an example. Purchases book overcast by 1,000 rupees. Now what will you understand? Purchases book, you are adding, the total came to say 10,000 rupees, but it is overcast by 10, and you have by mistakenly over totaled it. So 10,000 you have considered it as 11. That means how much will go to purchases account in debit side? Not 10, but 11,000. How much will go to creditors? Guys, I told you, the purchases book total is wrong. The creditors posting will be correct. They are not telling anything about creditors account in the question. That means what is my assumption? My assumption is the other aspect is always correct. Okay, so purchases debit side 11,000, creditors credit side it will be correct, so it is 10,000. Now because of this will a trial balance tally? No, now this is a one-sided error. Clear? Now how will we rectify this? Your purchases is more by 1,000. So how will be rectification entry? Simple, guys. Okay, I will tell you how we will solve for rectification here. We have a method. First we'll always put the correct entry. Then we'll always put the actual entry. What is actual entry? The entry that you have actually passed. Correct entry is what is the entry that you should have passed. Actual entry is the entry that you have actually passed, and RE is the rectifying entry. So let's take this example only. The actual total of purchases is, actual total of purchases book is 10,000, but it is overcast by 11. That means you have considered this total of 10,000 as 11,000. Correct? That is what I understand by purchases book overcast by 1,000. Now correct entry is simple, purchases to. They are talking about purchase book, so entry will be purchases to creditors. It is my correct purchase was 10k, 10k. This should have been the correct entry. But what happened? Purchases is overcast. Because of this, the purchase account will be more by 1,000 rupees. That is purchase account debit 11,000. You have considered the purchase debit to be 11. But the creditors credit is, no, creditors they have not told anything. It will be 10k. Now I have to rectify. How to rectify, sir? See, you have correct entry, you have actual entry. Okay. Purchases should be debited actually for 10k, but we have debited it for 11k. Debited more by 1k. I have to reduce the expense. To reduce expense, what I have to do? Expense increasing debit, decreasing credit. So 2 purchases 1k. Purchases has debit balance, guys. Purchases more, I have to reduce it, so I credit it. Expenses, purchases is expenses. Expenses increasing debit, decreasing credit. So I have to decrease expense. So I have credited purchases account by 1,000. Now I have to debit something. No, if I am passing rectification entry, I have to debit something. What to debit? Can I touch creditors account? No, creditors should be actually credited for 10k. Should be actually credited for 10k, and in reality also it is credited for 10k. Now I cannot debit creditors, because if I debit, then the number will become something else. Then it will create one more error. No, not possible. So can I use anything here? Nothing. And remember, we are in the first stage, not this stage. Okay, we are in the first stage where we have not prepared trial balance. What to do? Nothing to debit. What to do? Guys, one thing you think. The error was itself one-sided. Andre one yado jasti. That means one yado more, one more is correct. One more is less. That means correct. Error itself is one-sided. Then tell me, how can I rectify this one-sided error with a double entry? Not possible. One-sided error should be rectified one-sided only. ಈಗ purchase ಏನೋ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, purchase has become more, creditors correct. Now if this is the error, what can I do? Just reduce purchases, everything will be all right. Correct? A one-sided error, one-sided solution. If both were more by mistake, in rectification entry I can decrease both. Now I can pass an entry. Say suppose purchase and creditors both are overcast by 1000, then credit purchases by 1000, debit creditors by 1000. Both. I can rectify it via journal entry if it is a double-sided error. But if it is a one-sided error, I can rectify it only via one-sided. So here I have to credit. I have to credit purchase by 1k. To debit I literally don't have anything. So what I'll do is, this is not an entry. Okay. What we'll do is, we'll directly go to purchases ledger. Okay. Now purchases should be technically credited, alva. We'll simply write by overcasting of subsidiary books is what I will write, and I will credit 1000. Automatically your purchase account ledger will become correct. Okay, so I don't have anything. So overcasting of books, I am writing the reason here, that's all. That is not an account in itself. I am just writing the reason because I don't have any other account to touch. Super. Now this is before preparing trial balance. Okay. Now say suppose same error has happened at the second stage, that is after preparation of trial balance. Okay. Now what to do? Same thing, purchase book overcast by 1000 rupees. What to do? See guys, here also same thing, everything is same, but what one extra would have happened if trial balance is already prepared, that we have to understand. If trial balance is already prepared, guys, that means what is this error that we are talking about? This error is a overcasting of purchases book. That means is it one-sided error or two-sided error? One-sided error. Correct. Now that means the trial balance has one-sided error, Andre. Do you think the trial balance would have tallied because of one-sided error? No. If there is one-sided error in my books of accounts which is overcast by 1000, do you think trial balance would have tallied? No. Then what will they do whenever there is a difference in trial balance? Wherever we have difference, the difference would have gone to suspense account. Wherever we have difference, the difference would have gone to suspense account. Yes or no? Correct? Now let's come back to the same situation. This is the correct entry. This is the actual entry, and rectification was, where is this thing? Okay, this is correct entry, this is actual entry. Purchase is more by 1000, that I have to decrease, so I will credit purchase by 1k. Now earlier when this error was identified before preparation of trial balance, I did not have any account to touch. Do you think now I have any account to touch? Yes. The differences that was caused in trial balance because of one-sided errors is now put in suspense account. Now I can use suspense account for this rectification. Guys, why is the difference created? Why is there a balance in suspense? Because there is an error. What, do you want to carry suspense account for many years? No, you have to rectify it. The moment you rectify it, suspense account will automatically go off. The differences will automatically go off. Suspense account will close the moment you rectify all the entries. Correct? Now here you have an account to debit. Please debit suspense account 1k. This is the difference that is happening with respect to one-sided error. If the errors are identified and rectified after preparation of trial balance. Before, we don't have the suspense account, so we cannot touch. For one-sided errors, this is how you have to do. Literally write the reason, because you don't have another account to touch. Sir, that earlier problem where we wrote the reason, will that problem happen in case of double-sided errors? No. Errors has happened both the sides. For rectification, we use a journal entry which has a double entry effect. So double-sided error, the rectification has double effect. So it can be rectified. But one-sided error, the error only has happened in one side. Now to rectify, you cannot use journal entry. You have to, a one-sided error can be rectified only by one-side entry. Clear? Now what will happen? What will happen if I discover errors in the stage after final accounts? That means maybe in next financial year. What to do? Guys, here everything is same as this level only. Same thing. Okay, nothing different. But one thing that changes in after final accounts thing is, whenever in rectification entries. Now let's take the previous example only. What was my rectification entry? So it was suspense to purchases 1K, 1K. This was the ultimate rectification entry. If in rectification entry, if you see any nominal account andre any account which is representing your income or expenses or gains or losses, correct? Now suspense account, is it nominal account? Hey, no, suspense account is nothing, leave it. Purchase account, yes, purchase is a expense, it's a nominal account. So whenever there is nominal account in the rectification entry, that means out of these three, which is rectification entry? This is rectification entry. Out of these three, this is the rectification entry. Now in rectification entry, if you have a nominal account, what will you do? You will not use that account only. You will not use, if purchase, you have purchases credited, you cannot use purchase. You will use P&L adjustment account. You will use P&L adjustment account 1K, 1K. Understanding? Sir, why sir? See guys, this rectification entry when we are passing in the next year, errors belong to previous year. I am doing rectification in next year. Now in the next year, if I touch a purchase account, it will affect the purchase of that next year. Is it correct? No. The error pertain to previous year. Even if I do rectification, I want it to affect the previous year purchases. Since I am passing rectification entry in the next year, and if I credit purchase as is, it will touch the purchase of next year, which is not correct. That's why for all the nominal accounts. Sir, why all the nominal accounts? Because all nominal accounts, which is income, expense, gain or loss, will affect profit or loss. If I keep it like that ledger name only for all the nominal accounts, it will affect the next year profit. Not correct. These errors pertain to previous year. I want the effect to go to previous year only. Since the rectification is happening in the next year, if I use the nominal account, same name for those nominal accounts, same ledger, that will affect that ledger in that year, this next year, which is wrong. Error happened in this year. I want the rectification to affect this year. Clear? That's why for all the nominal accounts, if I have a nominal account in the rectification entry, I will not use the name of that nominal account. What I will better do is, I will use P&L adjustment account instead of, the nominal accounts. Clear? Any doubts? No doubts, huh? So what will ultimately happen to this P&L adjustment account? The balance of this P&L adjustment will go to capital. Why sir? Where are the previous year profits? Because these are rectification entry for previous years. This should have affected previous year profits. Right now, where is previous year profits? Right now, previous year profits is there in capital. Guys, don't forget, the profit of any year will be added to capital account of that year. Now my previous year profits is lying in capital account. That's why I will transfer my entire balance of P&L adjustment account to Kidar. I will transfer it entirely to Yellama. I will transfer it entirely to capital account. Clear? Understood? So that is about your rectification of errors. Now for your reference, let us solve some examples as to how to apply whatever we have learned till now, and let's finish this video. And till now, if you think you would have understood it better, or after the completion of this video, if you feel that you have understood rectification of errors a little better, then please show some love by subscribing to this channel, liking this channel, and please show your love on the comments below. Don't forget, huh? Okay, I'll be waiting. Next, let's solve some matters. Okay. Ready na? Now, whatever we have learnt in this video till now, please remember everything. One by one I'll apply. Everything what I've told will start turning into truth. See, credit sale of 400 to Trivedi and Co. was posted to the credit of their account. There andre Trivedi. They are referring about Trivedi. Now what happened? Credit sale has happened. So you know how we'll solve it. How we'll solve the rectification. First we'll pass correct entry. For credits, correct entry for the credit sale to Trivedi will be what? Trivedi and Co. 2 sales. How much? 400. Actual entry, what they have done? What is the mistake they have done? Credit sale of 400 to Trivedi and Co. was posted to the credit of their account. Andre, if you see there under Trivedi account correctly should be debited to their account, but what has happened? It is credited to their account. That means Trivedi account is credited. Okay sir, understood. Sales is debited sir. If Trivedi is credited, sales is debited. What did I say? If sales account, have they told anything about sales account? No, they have just spoken about Trivedi and Co account. That instead of debiting they have credited. But about sales, did they tell anything? No, that means what is our assumption? Sales account is posted correctly. Correctly sales should be credited. Nothing they have told actually. So sales is also credited. 400. Then what is debited? Nothing is debited. That is the error. Oh, okay sir. Now this is one-sided error, two-sided error. If you see his debit is getting equal to credit in the actual entry? No. That means it is a one-sided error. Okay. Then what is the rectification entry? Now rectification what we'll do is, technically what should be rightly debited? Trivedi and Co. But what has happened? Trivedi and Co is credited. So I have to properly debit it. So Trivedi and Co I will debit. How much? Debit by 400. Correctly it should be debited by 400, but actually it is credited by 400. Now what I have to do? It is in credit 400. So from credit 400 to 0, to bring it to 0, I have to debit 400 to come till 0. Again I have to debit 400 to come till 400. Understanding? It is like negative guys. If something is there in negative 400, from negative 400 if you have to come to positive 400, what you have to do? Minus 400 guy, if you add 800 you will come to positive 400. Similarly here, something which was supposed to be debited is actually credited. Now reverse the effect of credit. Adike 400 is debited. Then actual debit 400. 800 I have to consider. Whenever this ulta has happened, wherever debit is considered as credit, always it will be double effect case. Because removal of one effect, then implementing the actual effect. Two things are there. So Trivedi and Co debit 800 to what else? Sales can I touch? Sales correctly should be credited. Actually also it is credited. I cannot touch sales. So what to touch? It's a one-sided error. Okay. There is nothing for me to touch if I am finding out this error before trial balance. Guys, what is this three classification? Before trial balance, after trial balance, after final accounts. Okay. Now this rectification I am doing before trial balance. That means do you think I have suspense account to touch? No, I have no option. What I have to do? I have to simply write wrong posting. Because I don't have any other account to touch. Write down the reason. 800. Sir, this error is getting rectified after this thing. After preparation of trial balance. Then what to do? Now we have an account to use. Which is that account? Exactly, it is suspense account. Trivedi and Co. 2. I have an account to use. I will use suspense account, which is 800. Sir, what to do if we are finding it out after financial account? Okay. If it is after financial accounts, everything is same. Only one thing we have to keep in mind is, if in rectification entry, if we have nominal accounts under income, expense, loss, gain, if you have these nominal accounts, I am supposed to use P&L adjustment account instead of their actual names. So what to do here? Here, am I using any nominal accounts here? No, that means there is no such problem. Use the same entry. There is no nominal account only, no. There is no nominal account only in the rectification. So no need to use P&L adjustment account. So actual entry is Trivedi and Co. 2. Suspense account 800. 800. What do you think? Did this become easy? Hey, Telda, did this become easy? Then please show some love, 100%. So let's take few more examples for your reference and we'll finish it, okay? Purchases of rupees 420 from Mantri and Co. passed through sales daybook. Very important. Good one. Good question. Please, very important for us to analyze. Purchases of 420 from Mantri and Co. passed through sales daybook. Guys, purchases should have gone to purchase daybook. He has directly entered in sales daybook. Now tell me, this will be a two-sided error or one-sided error? Guys, very important these kind of questions. Here what happened, this transaction, while entering only, instead of putting it in purchases book, I have put it in sales book. So the entire transactions, including posting of ledgers, would have happened as per sales only, no? Guys, while entering only I made mistake. Come back to our summary. Okay, here Harish, say suppose I am altering this as per our example that we have. From Harish we have purchased, but this purchase I am posting it in sales book saying Harish. Anta. It was purchase only. I am putting it as Harish in sales book. Amount 1 lakh. Whatever. Now while entering only, if you enter it in sales book, then posting to ledger also happens as sales only, no? Now total, this will go to sales account ledger credit side as sales, and the individual Harish ledger, it will go to debit of Harish account, considering Harish as debtor asset increasing will go to debit side of Harish account, and this is sales income increasing credit will go to credit side of sales account. Since you made mistake while entering it to book only, the effect both the sides will be error only. Here error is not happening at posting or wrong balancing or wrong amount putting or no. What happened here? While entering the transaction only I have made mistake, so the posting would have happened correctly. So it is not a one-sided error, it is two-sided error. Understanding? Guys, very important. They have told purchase of 420 from Mantri and Co. passed through sales book. Andre purchase is entered in sales. Now entire thing it will be considered as sales only. So what is the correct entry? What is the correct entry? Okay. Correct entry is whenever purchase happens, our creditor is Mantri and Co. So purchases to Mantri and Co. How much? 420? 420. This should have been the entry. But what has happened actually? Since the entire purchase transaction is entered in sales day book, it will be recorded as sales. So what is sales entry? Debtors. Debtors andre, this Mantri and Co. will be considered as debtors now. So Mantri and Co. to sales 420, 420. Understanding? Is it one-sided error or two-sided error? Guys, two-sided error. Because since while entering only there is a error, posting and all also would have happened at that numbers as like that only. Since you entered in sales book, later posting will happen like sales. That's why it is not, one-sided error is not happening. Now what will be the rectification entry? Purchases should be actually debited, but here in actual entry it is not debited. So I will debit purchase 420. Mantri and Co. Mantri and Co. should be actually, before coming to that, sales. If you see sales account is actually credited, is it correct? No, it should not be credited. I have to reverse it. To reverse, what will I do? Something credited, I don't want that to happen, I will debit it. So debit sales. I didn't want sales to get credited, it is credited. Now I am, to reverse that effect, I am debiting. Debit 422. Mantri and Co. should be actually credited. But what has happened? Debited. Ayyo. Monthly should be actually credited, but it is debited. So what I'll do, I'll actually credit it. By how much? 420, yeah? No guys, ulta. Something which was supposed to be credited is actually debited. Ulta effect. For ulta effect, what did I tell? Double it. So 420 into 2, 840 I have to do. Monthly is supposed to be credited, but it is debited. From debit to 0, 420. 0 to credit, 420. Again 420. 420 plus 420, 840. Understanding? From positive to 0, 0 to negative. From positive 420 to come to negative 420, how much you have to subtract? 840. I hope you understood. What will happen if you find this error after this thing, trial balance, after preparing trial balance? Sir, however it is, two-sided error. If it is two-sided error, it can be rectified via two-sided entry. So do you think suspense account and all will come? No. The entry will be same. Same entry, same as this. Okay. Sir, what is the rectification if it is found out after final accounts? Now what did I say? Only one thing changes is if in rectification entry if there is nominal accounts, P&L adjustment account will come. In rectification, do we have nominal accounts? Yes, we have two. These two are nominal accounts. Instead of that, I will use P&L adjustment. So technically 2 times it should come. P&L adjustment debit 420, P&L adjustment debit 420, 2 month 3 and co 840. Since both the accounts only is debited, same account. See, P&L adjustment account debit 420, P&L adjustment account debit 420, P&L adjustment account debit 420. Same account, no, so I'll combine. P&L adjustment account debit 420 plus 420, 840. 2 month 3 and co, it is 840. Understanding? Awesome, ma. Have you understood it better? Okay, we'll take one last example and we'll finish it. Okay. This undercast overcast we'll take once. Okay, it's a good example. The total of the purchase book has been undercast by rupees 100. Now that means only purchases total would have undercast. Creditors total 100% correct. So now you tell me what is the correct entry. So for correct entry, and also guys, whenever there is undercast overcast, what you do is you can directly also do. So we'll give a direct approach only. See, total purchases book has been undercast by 100. Andre purchases total is under total. Creditors total correct. So let's not touch that. Creditors is already correct. They are not speaking about creditors. Creditors means creditors is correct. The wrong is purchases, correct? No, purchases is under total. I have to increase it. That means to increase, what will I do? I will debit purchases account. It is undercast by how much? 100. That means I have to increase purchases by 100. 2. Can I touch creditors? No. What did I say? Creditors account, if nothing is told, it is correct. Now if I touch a correct account in rectification, that will become wrong again. So what will I touch here? Sir, nothing to touch, sir. Nothing to touch. What you have to write? Write the reason. Undercasting of subsidiary books. How much? 100. Same error if you find out after preparation of trial balance, what will you do? It is purchase account debit. 2. Earlier case, I did not have an account to use. After preparation of trial balance, I have an account to use, which is suspense account. 100. 100. Okay, sir. Then what to do if this error is identified after final accounts? Then I have told for nominal accounts you are supposed to use P&L adjustment account. Any P&L adjustment account used in rectification entry? Yes, it is this. Purchases. Instead of purchases, I will use P&L adjustment account debit 100 to suspense. Okay, it is not a nominal account. So to suspense 100. Clear? Done? Are you okay with rectification of errors? Did I make it a little easy? So, 2 things. If you want me to solve some more questions, some more examples of rectification errors, then please comment it down below. I will definitely come back with a video to solve much more questions on any chapter that you ask. But till now, if you are able to understand, or if you came to know how to solve for rectification of errors, even if you have found it a little bit easier than what you had approached, then please, 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 what will you do? Show some love, subscribe to this channel, comment down, like, do everything, and please study well. And what will you do? Please revise. Please do well in your exams. I will definitely see you in the next videos with the next concept. Till then, bye-bye.